Expectations is definitely something I did not have with this channel at the beginning of 2024. Truth be told, I had no idea. All I knew was I was making strictly Red Dead Redemption content at that time, and with the game being 6 years old, there was only so much more I can do to put my own spin on certain topics that have been covered hundreds of times. And then once the channel started growing, I was lucky enough to cover more specific, unique topics and points of discussion that I've never seen brought up. I absolutely love Red Dead Redemption. I mean, the second game is by far my most played game of all time, with literal thousands of hours clocked in across PC and console. My love for the series and the characters within it will never die, and I think because of that love and adoration, I'll probably always find some reason to make some kind of video about it. It's the very reason why I have episodes 2 and 3 for Arthur Morgan set to come out within the next couple months, with each one of those videos projected to be at like an hour and a half or longer in duration, followed by a similar video for John Marston, and I'm still debating on whether if I do that for Dutch. We'll have to see how it looks at that point in time, but I'm hoping by putting in so much time, effort, energy, overall research and resources into those videos, it helps stave off that obsession and allows me the freedom to focus on other things. The love for this game and the characters within it did breathe life into this channel. The channel basically got started from my favorite game, but it's far from a channel dedicated solely to that game. The Cynic channel did begin as an analysis channel, designed to question the story of Red Dead Redemption and the motivations of characters within it. And in some videos, I like to say they serve that purpose quite well. The amount of times I've read people saying that because of this video or that video, they're wanting to re-experience the story, or they're starting to look at a certain situation or the entire story from a different perspective is amazing. Then to see the following discussions take place in the comment section about this person or that person noticing the main character or side character's mannerisms, how that could alter the intentions behind what is said, why it's done, who it's done to, and all the outcomes because of that is incredible. It took me a while to realize that is actually what I wanted this channel to truly be. Discussions and a deeper appreciation for the work all these writers and developers invest into making these characters and the worlds feel so alive, so well fleshed out. I don't describe this channel as a Red Dead Redemption channel or an analysis channel because it's not. Hell, my videos are a weird mix between analysis and stupidly long summaries. Some lean more one way into summaries, some lean a little more into analysis, but it's a weird blend of the two. And the whole point is to create this one-stop spot to show love and appreciation for each and every single character. From Bayek in Assassin's Creed to Deacon St. John in Days Gone, Max Payne all the way to Jin Sakai, Lincoln Clay to Aiden Pierce, which is actually the next video that should be releasing very soon. I'll talk more about that in a second. Marcus Phoenix, Aloy, Nathan Drake, Leon Kennedy, and so on. We're going to continue to put out these massive videos dedicated to the characters in question, characters in games that I've grown up with, that other people have grown up with. And I'll continue to do my best to show as much respect to the source material and the writers and developers that have invested hundreds of hours into these characters. Over the last week or so, I've been experimenting of sorts with side character content in terms of covering the Salieri crime family Bloody's history in Mafia and the rise and fall of Sal Marcano in Mafia 3. It's been a test. So far, it's been going pretty well. If you want me to continue to do side characters in between the larger uploads, please let me know. Speaking of letting me know, that's exactly why Aiden Pierce is the next character. He's the one that was recommended to me the most, right next to Marcus Phoenix. It was supposed to come out yesterday and then today, but I felt it still wasn't ready. The video so far is already an hour and a half long. I could have had it released today, but the last 20 to 30 minutes or so would have just felt rushed. So I decided to just go back, rewrite, re-edit, and have that the first big upload of the year. But for Marcus Phoenix, his video, I wanted to make this a full announcement, which I probably would still do later in the future. I know people have covered Marcus Phoenix before, but you have not seen a Marcus Phoenix video like this. And I'm extremely excited for it because, to put it into context, so the only Gears of War game I have ever played was the first one, which came out in 2006. With that being well over a decade ago, I'm being lazy with math. I don't remember anything about the story. I mean, I remember Marcus's voice to a degree, and of course what he looks like. Those two things have stuck with me, but don't know all that much. So in order to properly prepare for the Marcus Phoenix video, and of course E-Day that's coming out next year, I decided to go out and not only buy a new Xbox to play all the Gears of War games, but I even bought all the Gears of War books. Which, side note, if you like to read, if you love the Gears of War world, universe, characters, or even if you just are interested, you don't even have to play any of the games. From someone that only played the original game 14 some odd years ago, reading the first book, Asphalt Fields, I was not lost at all. Which, by the way, I cannot recommend these books enough. They are phenomenal. Like, I started reading Asphalt Fields as I was preparing for the Aiden Pierce video, and because Karen Travis's writing was so damn good, I immediately had to drop working on the Aiden Pierce video and start playing some of the Gears of War games, so that way I can visualize exactly what the hell I'm reading. Again, I wasn't lost at all. It just helped me better visualize the looks and sounds of a King Raven to the proper way a gear puts their weight into the chainsaw to make sure they're successfully cutting through a locust's thick hide to shred apart all of its vital organs. So yeah, needless to say, since the Marcus Phoenix video will be incorporating at least 5 out of the 8 books and the 3 original games, still debating if I'm gonna throw in Gears 4, 5, and the other 3 books, only because everything else is gonna create a dramatically long video as it is. Either way, it's quite a bit of content to digest and then put into a video all by myself, so please give it some time. There will be a long, detailed section to Marcus's time in prison as it is, but in relation to Gears of War and Marcus Phoenix comes another major announcement. To further expand upon that love and appreciation of all the work being invested into creating such iconic characters and the world that they live in becoming so exciting by itself, from the Red Dead Redemption series, Grand Theft Auto series, Gears of War, Horizon, and so on. Moving into this new year, I will be launching a lore channel. As of right now, there's no videos officially up on the lore channel. The link to it will be down in the pinned comment if you want to subscribe now to show some love and support right now. I mean, that would be awesome, but it's not mandatory at all. Just be aware it's something that I've been actively working on in the background and will be uploading on it very soon. The Cynic channel has transformed dramatically from the beginning of the year to this point in time, and I expect something like that to happen very similarly with the lore channel, although at a much more rapid pace. The lore channel is going to start off strictly surrounded around Gears of War, and then I hope within a month or 2 of that doing somewhat okay, then I'll slowly start incorporating other IPs. I think from Gears, I'm going to then do Horizon, only because those 2 I already have a very good grasp on, and it's somewhat newer. Obviously, Gears of War has been around much longer, but the original trilogy to now E-Day, there's a huge gap that I think I can do justice in, and then Horizon, there's not really lore channels in what I have in mind. They're drastically different, but they're going to be very specific, and then over time, as I feel like I'm stable with one IP, I'll start throwing in other ones and then just keep that going. Within a year, I hope to have 4 or 5. Pretty ambitious, but we'll see. I have bigger plans for that channel. I don't want to just start blurting it all out, but I think both channels are going to do phenomenal on their own and even complementing each other. But with that said, I just wanted to wrap this up by saying thank you. This has been a phenomenal year. I could not have asked for anything better. My channel got hacked and deleted in September, and the way it bounced back, I mean, even getting it back by itself was a miracle on its own, but getting it back and then the next month literally being the best month I ever had on YouTube. I mean, productivity was down, but the stress of losing everything, I think, gave me a little bit of slack. But thank you for everything. This was a great year, and I hope 2025 will be so much better. As I said before, any recommendations, anything you want to see next, feel free to share that down below. And here's to Happy New Year.